You might be in your 30s, in your 40s or 50s, or somewhere else in your life, and you started doing the inner work. You started doing shadow work, healing, and all the things, even therapy for yourself to become more whole, to become more authentic, and to feel this life in a fulfilling way. And this video is for you, because on that path you will encounter your inner child. You will encounter parts within yourself you have suppressed, denied, or stuck down for a very long time. And one first huge indicator of those shadow parts is when you don't speak your truth, when you hold back, when you are afraid, when you don't want to do certain things, but you do them anyway because you don't want to get into an argument, or you're afraid of the consequences, so you're afraid to say no. And those are the highest indicators that there is a part within you that needs to be seen. There is a part that needs to be spoken. So you need to give that inner part of yourself, most of the time, the childlike part, truth. Speak it. To be authentic and to be whole and to be in ease as you are as a woman right now in your life. If you want to feel present and in peace and in harmony with yourself, with everything that you are, you have to start looking and acknowledging these parts that are so in unease, that are pain, that are frustration, that hold you back to live that life. No matter where you are, maybe you are at the place right now, you already have children, or you are looking forward to becoming children, you have a partner, you might change your career, or maybe you go through a very deep spiritual awakening and you feel overwhelmed with all these things. So really doesn't matter at which point you are, this process is for you, because one part of shadow work is really working with that inner child. And I promise you, when you acknowledge that part and you go to that part, there's a lot of healing and a lot of wisdom. And today I want to share with you a 3-step process how to reparent that inner part. It's actually very simple. It's very, very simple and very powerful. So when you move through this process, you can always come back to this video, do it even with me now together. It just takes a little bit of time and repetitive. So you need to repeat this process, because wholeness, feeling in peace, it has everything to do with your nervous system. When your nervous system feels very safe, you can relax. You can speak up for yourself. You're not afraid of what somebody is saying. You're not afraid of what people think, because you give that to yourself. Like, yeah, it might be uncomfortable, but that uncomfortability most of the time feels that childlike version. Oh, what could others think? Oh no, if I say that, they don't like me anymore. This is more the childlike version. The adult version of you does not have these kinds of thoughts. It's okay with the world. It's okay with what's happening outside of you. You can be relaxed. And we need to acknowledge both of the parts. We cannot say, shut up, little child. You would never say that to a little child. So we don't say that to our own inner child. Let's start. The first step is acknowledging and reflecting. This is about the time where you have to reflect, and I want you to be very clear. Draw this on a piece of paper and ask yourself, ask your inner child, how was my emotional environment when I grew up? And we are going to look at both sides. If you had both parents, or no matter what, your caregivers, father, mother, and write down and ask now your inner child. You close your eyes, you sit down and you take a deep breath, And you hold the hand of your inner child. And you ask your inner child, what were you most afraid of when you were a little child in relation to your father? And now things are coming up. Maybe, for example, he didn't see me. He never was there emotionally. He couldn't see me. Or it scared me when he would scream. So you just write that down. Write it down. Or if he was absent all the time. So what did your inner child were afraid of? And you do the same with your mother figure. Hold your hand and ask, what were you most afraid of in relation to your mom? What did you not like? What made you sad? So it could be, for example, that she was sometimes unpredictable in her emotions. You did not feel 100% safe with her. You didn't know what her next reaction would be. And there we go. There we have the people-pleasing mentality, right? If you never know what reaction you will get, you start to be very careful what you say, how you say it, and when you say it. So huge indicator. Write all of that down. Take your time, pause the video if you need to, and write that down. It's very important for the next step. And behind those things, behind the answers, like indicate, mark it, what is the emotion? What is the emotion behind it? Scared, being confused, unpredictable, sadness, anger. I was angry when my dad was never there. Something like that. It's going to come up. And so I want you to be aware also of the emotions you feel like you don't have access to. For me, it was anger. And I could not grab it because I was shadow work. I was not allowing myself to feel it. So I would ask myself, why? Like, where is this coming from? Why would I not have access to my anger? All emotions are welcome. All emotions are good for us. Like they're the sign, they guide us. You don't have to dwell in them, but they're guiding you. They're showing you what is valuable to you and what not. Where are your boundaries? So get in contact with those emotions you feel like, I don't know, I cannot really feel sadness or I cannot really feel anger. Interesting. Why would that be? Like, what was my environment like? After you took that time and analyzed these things, I want you to start doing the reparenting, the real nervous system regulation. And this is not about pushing the emotions away, but you acknowledge them, and this is about space. Everything is allowed. Anything your inner child says, anything your inner child is angry about, even the so-called bad stuff or what you feel about is, you cannot say that. It's allowed to say, this is your safe space. This is the moment you allow that inner child to say all these things it was never allowed to say. So really, you literally sit down and you can imagine that you hold the hand of your inner child and you say, oh my love, you are sad. I see that. You're really, really sad. And you can already feel that, yeah, I'm really sad. And you acknowledge that, and that's okay. You can feel sad, you can feel angry, you can feel hurt. I'm here. I'm here with you, and I want to listen to you. I want to know it all. And you already feel how much space this is giving you. You give that to yourself now. And not only that, you empathize. That sucks. That sucks that your dad didn't see you. That's so annoying, and over and over and over again. And that's so confusing when you don't know what will be the next emotion of your mom. You acknowledge that, you give that space, you give that to yourself, and I promise you already, it's so energetically finally I can say these things. Finally, I'm allowed to feel it. Finally, someone is acknowledging my feelings. And it's going to be so beautifully opening up this beautiful space. Remember, this is private. This is just in your own privacy, and you are allowed to feel and say and empathize with that. Nothing more. We're not going to blame anyone. We just give that space. So, and then you asked, is there anything else, my love? Is there anything else you feel, you want to say? You maybe want to let out your emotion. Do you want to stamp? What would you need to let out the sadness? And maybe your inner child says, I need a hug. I want to cry. I want my pillow. Or if you're angry, maybe it says, I need to punch my pillow. And you do that. It's just for you. So you literally take that hand of a little child, like if you would do with your own child. Maybe you're even in that process, you have to parent your own child and then you have to parent yourself. Like that is literally the generation we are now. So, I mean, we have to see it this way. And remember, emotions are processed through the body, not intellectually. Like if you stay in your head with your emotions, they will not get out of your body. You will still feel angry and bitter inside and resentment toward your parents and other people if you're not feeling it. Emotions stay in the body. They're going to transform as an illness, whatever it could be, if you don't process them. So remember, most of your triggers you have in your life right now, they're not even triggers from that current moment. They're something that you never processed from 15 or 20 or 30 years ago. So everything you do with reparenting is finally releasing that shit. That's why you cannot stay present, because you keep being triggered from all this stuff, which is actually, it has nothing to do with the present moment, but it's your past. So that's literally reparenting. You get to be angry. You finally get to be sad and cry as much as you want, as much as you need. And you give that space to yourself. That is the huge healing everyone needs. Like, this is the whole generation. And no one before us did it that way. That's why it's so challenging for this generation. I can absolutely empathize with that. And the last step, that's really the part, more the adult part that's speaking now. That's you. That's this moment where we are right now. And you say your name. I don't know, Lisa, or in my name, Jana. Jana, I see you. I feel with you. And you're allowed to feel everything. And I am here with you now. And you don't have to be scared, because I'm going to protect you. I'm not letting this happen again. You know what? This was the past, and that really happened to you. It really happened. Your emotions are valid. Your emotions are real. But it's not going to be like this anymore, because I'm here. I'm here. And I'm guiding us. And I'm putting you into situations that are safe for you. I'm guiding you, I'm with you, and whatever you need, you can always tell me if you don't like something. I'm listening to you. I'm not gonna leave you. This is the way you have to talk to yourself, to that childlike version. You cannot expect that anymore from anyone else. It's amazing to have friends, a partner, and maybe even family that is loving to you. But I promise you, it's not worth anything if you can't hold it within yourself from yourself. Really, it's a huge help to have amazing people around you, people in the healing space. But if that childlike version is still not trusting you, you have not integrated your shadows. I have to say it like that. You need to be so in touch with that inner child that it's only looking up to you for safety. And everything around that, if it's your family, a partner, friends, other people in your community, that's all extra. And you can enjoy that even more, because that's the cycle you keep growing from your healthy, connected, whole inner state. And sometimes the journey starts with yourself, and that might be alone. And I know that sucks at some point, but the loneliness comes actually not really from your adult self. Most of the time, it's from that inner child. And it's absolutely understandable, right? It felt lonely for maybe most of the time. And now you're there. You're comforting, you're loving, and you can do that. I know it's going to feel a little bit weird in the beginning, moving through this process, because you're both, right? You have that inner child within you, and you're now the adult, but you're not the child anymore. You're not helpless. You have a choice. You have a choice to say no. You have a choice to move away from people in love, in lightness. You have a choice to say, no, thank you. This way, the way you live, I cannot relate to that. But I'm okay. I'm let you living this way, but I cannot be part of it. That's really, really love. That's really love for yourself, and also love for the other person, because you give that person also space to look for within themselves to find a better way. So with that, a last part, and that is grief. Grief is also the moment you acknowledge your inner child and say, you know what, we didn't have that, and that hurts. We did not have that parent we needed, and that hurts, and that sucks. And that is the grieving process you need to allow yourself. Otherwise, your past will come and will always stay in the present with you. So grieve about what you didn't have. Grieve about what you're sad about. Grieve about the relationship that were not there. And that is the freedom. So when you move through this process, this is going to be so helpful, and I would love to know if this worked for you and how you related to that. If you haven't watched the videos about the shadow works, you can find them here. I have a playlist for that. And with each exercise you do, with each reflection, with each question, you reveal another layer of that until you come to your own truth, until you come to that part that is so in love and in peace, and it's both. It acknowledges the past, the pain, and it can live in the present in ease and in joy. And it is possible for you. So I wish you a beautiful day, and I see you in the next video.